The nuclear family model, the idea of a small, self-contained household consisting of two parents and their children, separate from extended kin like grandparents, uncles, aunts, cousins, etc. Brilliant. Now you know the definition. The word nuclear means something is like the core or center. So a nuclear family would be the core or center of a larger group. So let's dive into what it is. A family unit of two generations, parents plus kids, and distinct from grandparents, uncles, aunts, cousins, etc. Called nuclear from the Latin nucleus, meaning core, center. This contrasts with the extended family model, which includes multiple generations of family members, say grandparents and grandchildren all living together or within close proximity. And now for a quick history lesson. Pre-industrial societies. Most of human history revolved around extended families and clans. Agriculture. Herding and village life meant that families needed large networks of kin to help share the labor and resources needed to survive. The Industrial Revolution, though, which started in the 18th century and lasted into the 19th century, brought big changes. As people moved to cities and factory jobs, extended family living became less practical. Housing got smaller, and people were more mobile, so the core unit, parents plus kids, became the default. Then after World War II, between 1945 and the 1960s, the ideal nuclear family model peaked in popularity in the US and Western Europe. Think suburban homes, a stay-at-home mother, a breadwinner father, and to 2-3 kids. It was promoted as part of the American dream and Cold War propaganda. The message, stable families equal stable nation. Now let's talk about some of its functions or purposes. The nuclear family serves several important functions in society. Economic function. It encourages consumption. Each family buys its own house, car, appliances, etc. This was great for businesses, obviously, but also for governments because lots of money was being spent, which helped boost the economy. Control. It is easier for governments and societies to monitor and influence smaller family units rather than large extended families. Think about it. If your parents had 5 brothers and sisters, each with their own families, that is a lot of people to keep track of and potentially a lot of different opinions and loyalties. It's much easier to monitor and influence a couple and their kids. Psychological function. The nuclear family can foster intimacy and privacy, but also isolation, depending on how close you are to your neighbors and community. Just having your nuclear family to take care of can be stressful. Also, because the nuclear family is isolated from other relatives, if there's a problem in the family, like a divorce or someone getting sick, it can be harder to get help. In an extended family, though, there's more built-in support. Finally, the nuclear family reinforces certain cultural norms and values, especially around gender roles. Dad is often seen as the provider, working outside the home to bring in money, while mom is often seen as the homemaker, taking care of the home and family. Critics of the nuclear family model argue that it is unnatural to be isolated from extended family, and that it creates unnecessary economic vulnerability. If the breadwinner loses their job, the whole family suffers. Extended families are better at sharing risk. They also argue that the nuclear family is fragile. If a spouse dies or a divorce happens, it can destabilize the whole thing. In contrast, the stability of a large kin network is not threatened by the loss of one member. Finally, some argue that the nuclear family was a tool of social engineering. By weakening larger kin and clan structures, people became more dependent on the state and the corporate economy. In recent decades, the nuclear family has been on the decline in many places. More single-parent families, cohabitation, child-free households, blended families, chosen families, communal living, and other family structures are becoming more common. But despite all these changes, the nuclear family still matters because it remains an important building block of society. If you enjoyed this video, please please like and subscribe to see more. Thanks for watching.